Opening remarks from Coach Locksley, then take your last question.
Sure, I'll start by saying give credit to Rutgers. Job they did today. I thought we played a relatively clean game. Showed a little more balance on offense in terms of just ability to get the run game going. And thought both sides of the ball on third down did some good things. I'll say this, our defense has carried us for 7 games and have played their butts off, and they're a little banged up on that side of the ball, being inexperienced and banged up. But the last 2 games haven't been good enough on the defensive side to complement what we were able to do offensively. A few drives. We did get the run game going today. I thought Malik's ability in the run game, as you saw, opened up the natural run game where our backs started being able to get some positive yardage, and it was good to see Malik make that point of emphasis go for us. The development of a young team and an inexperienced team sometimes has its ups and downs, and I can tell you that we're in the middle of a tough stretch for this group, and the young guys, as I told them in the locker room just now, don't understand that now we're running on limited opportunities for some veteran players that have done some good things around here the last 4 or 5 years, and that we're down to playing for pride and opportunities for these guys to extend. And so, as I told them, it's my job to remain positive. It's going to be my job to keep showing up for these guys and coach them through this tough stretch. They've got the commitment from me, the staff, that will do that, and we're going to remain positive about it. It may not feel real good right now, but I can tell you that I know this group will keep pushing and we'll keep fighting for each other and finish this thing up the right way. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Coach, this week you kind of talked about progress as a program. 3 games left in the season now. What do you want to see from this team to call this season progress for your program?
Man, it's always about being better than you were a year ago. There's a difference between progress and expectations. This inexperienced team created an expectation with how they played early. We're a little banged up right now, and they keep showing up for me. So as I said, it's my job to remain positive. I have no problem with the expectation that we've created. When you have a young team, I told you, the inexperience of the ups and downs of a season like this. The good thing is that their energy level's been good, and I'll keep remaining positive, and they'll keep showing up. But it's going to be important for us with the limited opportunities to make sure we do all we can for these older players that deserve it.
Can you point to any progress so far when you compare it to last season?
We're playing a lot cleaner. I know we want wins, but if you look at us, we still remain pretty good in the turnover margin. I don't know if you noticed the penalties continue to get cut down. I think today, I don't know what it was, but either way, the penalties remain clear. Defense continues to get their hands on balls. If you know football, you see that type of progress. If you want the police report, we ain't winning enough, and that's the end result that we got to get.
You said banged up, so I don't think people at home know who, how, when, and where these guys are in defense that are banged up. So I don't know if you have a list on top of your head, just so people at home have an understanding of how banged up and nick this defense is.
I mean, that's a good question. I don't even do medical. You can look at the police report and see when number 46, Dylan Fontes, isn't out on the field. You look and see 29 going out, coming in. 9 the last 3-4 weeks has had a toe issue. We're limited. Number 1 is a warrior, and Daniel is playing on one leg, but he's playing hard. And that's why, for me, I'm going to remain confident, because for 7 games, that defense carried and did a really good job. And we got to get some guys healthy here as quickly as we can. We'll get some bodies back. But in the meantime, I got to keep developing this offense, the young quarterback, and get some things corrected over there, which we will do.
Coach, you're now tied with Rutgers since the start of 2020, fewest wins in conference play in the Big Ten. Just from your perspective, how do you evaluate where this program is at, and what do you tell the fans who are frustrated?
I'm not going to evaluate us right now. I mean, I'm sorry. Beat me at the end of the season. I'll have an end of season review for you. I'm playing for Illinois, I think it is, next week, and I'm not into the evaluation of us as a program with 3 games left to play. I'm in to tell you I'm going to keep showing up with a positive attitude, because this team deserves it. And I'm going to tell you that this team will play with pride the next 3 games. We'll keep trying to build on some of the things we're doing well, the things we aren't, including getting some guys healthy. That's been the main thought process. we'll deal with the end of the season at the end of the season.
As the game wound down, Maryland needed yards, a lot of short passes there. Was that something that Rutgers took away, or was that our play design?
Yeah, so if you watch the tape, they play zone coverage, and when they play zone coverage, it means they drop deep, so you got to check it down. So short passes, make a guy miss, run for the extra yards. That's typically what you like to see. We didn't do a great job of run after the contact or run after the catch in some of these situations. But I hadn't watched the tape enough to fully evaluate it. But typically, they play a lot more zone coverage than man, and that's where checkdowns are important. And the quarterback did his job there. What's up?
You said on Tuesday, Maryland and Rutgers are very similar projects. Like you said, in the context of this game, do you stand by that comparison as far as?
It was a good ball game. I think we're very similar. I mean, I think they made enough plays near it at the end, but we were pretty evenly matched going in at halftime. If you look at the stats, very similar. So I'd stand by that. We both are probably around the same where we are as programs in the Big Ten. But I'd like to say that I also don't have every piece of the puzzle for us as we show up here. But the guys that show up will coach them and get them to play better.
Coach, you're able to look at what you're able to do with the run game this week. You had a program record set in 1950 for yards per game, yards per carry. How can you guys build off the run game this week, kind of moving forward down the stretch?
Well, I mean, I think anytime when you put that on tape, the quarterback run, as I said a week ago, is going to be important for our quarterback to show that he has the ability to pull the ball because of the numbers. If you either going to throw the ball against numbers or if you want to force the run and use clock and help your defense, which doesn't have all its weapons, you go to the run. And we talked to our quarterback all week about you're going to have to help us in the run game this week to try to control the ball and have a little more time of possession. And he made some guys miss early on, had some big runs. Some of the runs came off of drop back passes, which is progress if you watch how he's developed over the course of this season where he wasn't taking advantage of people dropping out of coverage. So we'll keep coaching him up. He'll get better.
On that note, though, how pleased are you with telling a true freshman quarterback, hey, we need you to be a big part of this part of our game this week, and then for him to be able to do that?
Well, and that's the part that I keep saying that in here, and y'all maybe not understand when I say, but everything that we emphasize with this group and that we're plugging holes all over the place because we're just running out of bodies. Every time you see our trainer walk up, you say, hey, he's out. This guy's out. And it's Rubik's Cube putting people in. But we're going to keep coaching the guys that are out there. We'll keep putting plans together. And these guys will fight, man. We'll play with pride. We'll finish up with a little pride.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Quarterback Malik Washington, linebacker Daniel Wingate in a couple minutes.
This happened a couple of weeks ago with another team, and I did allow it, and I got chewed out.
So we'll run into questions for quarterback, linebacker, and one game.
It's fifth straight loss for you guys now. When you look at the remaining 3 games on this slate view, what's kind of the mentality the team has for this last stretch?
Finish strong, play for pride for the older guys who this is, some of their last opportunities to be able to play in a Maryland jersey. So just playing for them, really.
Question.
On that first carry you had, you broke outside, you had like 70 yards of turf in front of you. Were you watching yourself run on that big scoreboard?
I was just making sure nobody was behind me, really. Just making sure, I didn't get caught and get into the end zone.
Is that the longest run you've had?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
High school included?
Yeah. I don't know. I had to look back, but I'm pretty sure somewhere up there.
Does the success in the run game give you confidence going into the next few games here?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that, we talked about early in the season, being able to improve on, and we found growth in the ability to be able to run the football. Me adding myself into that just, helped the offense even more. And then the running backs, when they get their chances, they're making plays with the ball in their hand.
Malik, just 98 passing yards tonight. What was sort of hindering the passing game?
Just, there were some plays that we left out on the field. And also, I wouldn't say it was so much it being hindered, but the run game being able to work for us. So we kind of stuck with it, being able to get the ball in the hands of our guys that are making plays, and the backs were doing that all night.
Trying to build off that, Malik, where do you feel you can grow in the passing game? Obviously, you missed a few, you missed the one on that 1 4th down. What do you think you can take away from that?
Yeah, just being able to settle my feet, understand what the defense is bringing, and get the ball to the appropriate places.
For Daniel, you guys have been so dominant for so many weeks. Your coach spoke about that. How do you kind of lead this group going into these last 3 games?
Just like Malik said, having trust in our younger guys and doing it for our older guys, just having pride and playing as a team, playing as a brotherhood, and just going out here and doing what we can do for the rest of the last 2 games.
Malik, obviously you're a freshman right now, still pretty young. What are some of the lessons that you're going to take from this stretch to carry into the rest of your college career?
Yeah, more just being able to understand defense and see some pre-snap stuff and post-snap confirmations. And then also as well just being able to understand the game a little more, some situations and stuff that, we just hadn't seen, be able to get those reps under my belt.
And then Daniel, for you, kind of same question as a junior now, senior year next year, what are some of the lessons that you might not just take from this stretch, but previous stretches under Maryland?
Just bringing younger guys along with us, having guys prepared for when their number is called, when the time is called, they're in there and it's not no worry, not no doubt, not no fall off. Just having the next man up mentality and being a better leader to have those guys have the time.
Hi, from Malik, obviously you have that great rushing game, if not the best in the past game. How are you able to take that success in the run game that you really haven't had this season and turn it into the past game? Build on that success.
Yeah, it was just another part of the game that we had to add to today. Me being able to run the football, and now we just, add that on top of the success we've had in the passing game, and be able to put together a complete game.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I have one thing. My verse this week is John 1:5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Right now it's dark. It's really dark. Might be pitch black for a few folks, but all darkness is a place that light can shine. There's still, light at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna have to find a way there, and we might be feeling our way through the darkness to find our way there, but we're gonna get there. And that's it. Just being positive and finding that light. Thank you.
That person?
John 1:5.